Hey, what's up guys? I'm back here at Gettle Toyota of Charlotte County in Punta Gorda, Florida, checking out this 2022 Toyota Hybrid Rav4. This is the limited version, so today I'm going to take you on a tour of it. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior, peek inside the hood, see what powers up this thing, play with some cool and interesting features on the interior. At the end of this video, we're going to go for a spin. But before we do that, guys, if you haven't checked out the rest of my channel, please do so. Hit that subscribe button. I'm really striving to hit the 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I need your help, and I know you will do it. So go ahead, click that subscribe thing at the bottom of this thing. Now let's get back to this video. Did you know the Toyota Rav4 has been around for 28 years? Yes, the first one rolled off the production line in 1994 in Japan. And one interesting thing that I read, that it was also available as an EV back in 1994. That's crazy. 28 years ago, Toyota was already making EVs. Now, fast forward 28 years, we have this. This is a 2022 model year. This is the current generation, which is fifth generation, was introduced in 2018. So you probably have seen many of these around, but in case you haven't had the opportunity to check it out, that's what we're here to do. So let's start right in the front of this vehicle. I like the hood of this vehicle. It is just the right size, and you know, it's nothing crazy about it, but it does have this indentation in the middle, so it kind of allows for a better aerodynamics of this vehicle. When you look at the headlights, big headlight unit, it incorporates, of course, the headlights, the high beams, the daytime running lights, and the turn signals. These are all LED, so nice design on here. And then, of course, you can see this big Toyota logo right here. Now, wherever you see Toyota logo and it has these blue shadow right around it, that means that it's some kind of a hybrid system or electric vehicle. So that's just a heads up. It's not green, it's blue on Toyota. There's another reason also that a lot of manufacturers make these logos that big. Well, of course, for branding, but second thing, it's a perfect spot to hide all of the sensing equipment, technology for the safety and stuff like this. So they put it right here. They also put it right in front of that rear view mirror inside of the vehicle. So in cooperation, you have this Toyota sensing system that allows you to use and utilize all the safety equipment on the vehicle, like the accident detection, the lane keep assist, you know, all that stuff that's in there. Now, I like the silver sky metallic color. It looks very nice on this vehicle. And this grille right here, it's kind of more darker. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of this gunpowder metal color right here. This vehicle also has the fog lights nicely incorporated in this bumper. Now they also sit in this kind of matte black trim, and that trim continues right here at the bottom portion of that bumper, but the very bottom of it is also that silver sky metallic color. So let's pop the hood open. Let's see what powers up this hybrid. Right away, you can see that this is a hybrid engine by looking at this bright orange wiring. That's basically for first responders. Whenever there's something happen with the vehicle, they have to open the hood, they see it, they said don't cut through it, there's a huge risk of electrocution. 2.5 liter engine. This is a 4-cylinder engine with a combination of electric motors producing net of 219 horsepower. Now, net because it is a combination of 176 horsepower that's produced by the combustion engine, and the rest of it is produced by the electric motor. Now, it is mated to an eCVT transmission, which is electronically controlled CVT transmission that kind of mimics the regular transmission with the downshifts and all that stuff. So it also has several different driving modes. We'll go through that well in the interior. Now, if you look at this, you know, I hate prop sticks, and there's no excuse to put a prop stick on a $40,000+ vehicle. And then if you look at this, that does have some sound insulation, so it should make for a nice and quiet ride. Let's check it out from the side, guys. Listen, I gotta tell you, I don't know what Toyota's thinking sometimes. I mean, a lot of manufacturers kind of accentuate the off-road vehicles with this matte cladding around the wheel wells right here. And, you know, this is not a off-road vehicles. This is a hybrid. This is designed to fight the urban jungle. So Toyota still decided to go with this. I think it would actually benefit if it was all one color. It was painted one color. The silver sky is a really nice color, by the way. Now, what's strange is I've done the TRD Pro 4Runner, and that actually has all of this painted the same color as the rest of this vehicle, so go figure. Now, the wheels, now this one has the 18-inch wheels. Nice, kind of the gunpowder gray color. 225/60 is the tire size, 225 on the width, 60 on the height, so it's a pretty meaty tire. It's not really knobby or anything like this, so this is an all-season tire. It should make for a nice ride. As far as the rest of this vehicle, let's look at this mirror caps, same color as the rest of the vehicle. It does have the LED turn signal in it. It does have the blind spot assist. It is equipped with a smart entry system, so you can see, well, right now the key is inside of the vehicle, so it's not going to lock it, but it kind of gives you that beep that say, hey, you know, you left the key inside of it. It also does have the exposed keyhole right here, and then the matte cladding continues at the bottom of these doors. It's an all-wheel drive right on the side here, so this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. And look at the size of it. Now, the first generation Toyota Rav4 was about 163 inches long. This one is 181, so 16 inches longer than the first generation one. What's also interesting, that the first generation Highlander was about 183, so only about 2 inches longer than this. So that kind of gives you a comparison. If you haven't looked at the Toyota Rav4 for a while, it's almost the same size as a first generation Highlander. It's crazy, isn't it? Well, let's move to the back and let's see what we have. Vehicle, it's very nice. It's again, it's sporty, a little bit on the aggressive side, if you will. I like how Toyota comes up with those lights that's kind of sticking out. You can see that on the Venzas, you can see it on the Sienas, now you can see it on the Rav4 as well. Now those lights are sticking out quite a bit from the rest of the vehicle. LED and incandescent, this is the combination you have. We've seen that on other Toyota models where you have the LED taillights, but the turn signals and the rear, the backup lights are actually the incandescent one. So you do have your wiper here, third brake light, and this gate spoiler, and then you have this big Toyota logo right here. Of course, you have the reflector lights, and what's pretty strange on the hybrid, they still have exhaust, visible exhaust. Now, most of the vehicles hide it on the hybrid vehicles, but that's actually, that looks pretty good. So Rav4, you can see it on one side, limited hybrid. You have the rear view camera right here, and that's where you open your tailgate. Now, this is the top of the line, so the tailgate is power, and let's take a look at how much room we have inside of it. Well, you can definitely see the difference in size from the first generation one right here behind the second row seat. This is huge. It does have tons of room. It also, you can put something that's tall. You can also fold down the seats. You can see there's a 60-40 split. Let's see what else we have in this cargo compartment. There's a big subwoofer. JBL is the brand. This is the top of the line one. And then we have the charger right on the other side. Do we have a spare tire? Let's open up. Yep, there's a spare tire. So for those of you who said, hey, it's a deal killer because it doesn't have a spare tire, good news, this one has it. And then there is a cargo cover. Now, I believe some of those might be the optional accessories that were added at the factory, but I'm going to list everything in the description of this video so you know what comes standard with it. Check out the roominess of this Rav4, and I have to tell you, I do have quite a bit of room. Again, a big difference between this and the previous generations ones. Definitely bigger, definitely roomier. I do have enough shoulder room. I do have plenty of headroom, even though this one has a panoramic sunroof that takes away some of that headroom. Still enough for me. And look at my knees. I'm not touching the front seat. I'm 6 feet tall. The seat is adjusted to my driving position, and I'm not touching it. So that's definitely a roomy vehicle. Now, the one thing that I noticed, that most of the vehicles, you sit a little bit higher than the driver's seat, and this is not the case. Kind of the same level. Well, let's start with the door panel right here, and you can see that there's a two-tone door panel. It does have the gray and the black, and it's nicely broken up with several different trim pieces. So you have this kind of polished aluminum looking trim piece right here. Of course, you have your door handle. Right underneath here you see the window controls, but you can also see that it does have the heated seats, and there's a little bit more storage in the door at the very bottom of it. A speaker cover, it does have the Rav4 kind of embossed in here. And let's take a look at the seating. So seating, very nice. I like this two-tone design of the seats. So you can see the lighter gray, darker gray, and then on the sides you have the black. So definitely not a boring vehicle. It's very cool. And now you have this opens up and creates the armrest slash cup holders. Now the passenger seat, you can see that it does have the seat back pocket in here, and then we do have the vents in the back. We also have some of the connectivity. Let's see what these are. These are USB-C, so these are the smaller USB ports. Walking up to the front door, decent sound of the closing door. All right, well, this vehicle had just windows tinted, so it says do not roll. That's why the yellow sticker or the green sticker. But then you can see that underneath here is the window controls, mirror controls, lock and unlock. It does have memory seats, which is kind of unusual for the vehicle in its class. That's actually premium for many models. And then you have a little bit more storage underneath here. And moving on to the interior, you can see that it does have the driver power seat adjustment. By the way, I looked it up. It's called the Softex material right on the seat, so it's not leather, but it's leather-like looking material. Very nice. The front seats are more contoured than the back seats, and then we have a few buttons. Let's check it out before we jump in. So let's see what's here. So automatic lights, then you have the rear wiper, then we have the camera view and heated steering wheel and the automatic or power liftgate. That's what we can do in here. And look at this, there's a little compartment right in here, and you can even put your cell phone in it. If I put it here, I'd probably forget it. Check out the interior of this 2022 Hybrid Limited, the highest end trim that's available on the Rav4. So we're going to check it out right here, starting with the steering wheel. Steering wheel, nice to the touch. It's wrapped with leather. It does have a bunch of buttons. I like that the buttons are not shiny. So we're going to check it out what they do. But I can already see on the right hand side, you can see the cruise control, and this is the adaptive cruise control where you can actually decelerate, accelerate, and then you can set it up. Then different modes, I believe that's for the media, and then where you switch the radio station or the media sources. Then you also have the front alert, like if you're approaching somebody too close, and then you have the lane keep assist. And on the left hand side, there's a volume, there's a phone, there is a back button, and then there's a up and down and OK, and that controls what's going on in the instrument cluster. So let's turn this vehicle on. There's a power button. As you notice, it says power, it doesn't say start. So it starts up, and it always starts up with the electric mode. Now you do have to press the brake pedal, push power button to start, and there you go. You can see this nice animation. Rav4 shows up. All right, and right here the big speedometer shows up right in the middle of it. Tons of information of it. Let's see what we have. On the left hand side, you can see the power, eco, and charge. So we'll see where that battery power is either giving power, it's in the eco mode, it's the most efficient mode right here, or is it charging, or is it off, right? So if the vehicle turns off, that's going to be an off. Middle of the screen, of course, you do have the speedometer right there, but you also see the distance to empty. Total average, it says 21.2 miles per gallon. It's actually 40 right on the sticker. This is a brand new vehicle. It's been probably sitting and idling a lot. It says 77 degrees outside. We're in park, and it does have this little ready sign right there. So even though the combustion engine is not running, I can put it in gear and start driving right away. And also what indicates that right on top of here, I don't know if you can see this little EV, that says that it's in the electric vehicle mode right now. And then we have distance to empty, total average, and that's it. On the right hand side, you have a fuel gauge and you have the temperature gauge. So that is what's going on in the instrument cluster. Well, let's see what's customizable. Let's see what can change. All right, so total time, EV driving ratio, 100%, because we just started this vehicle. Eco zone and eco scores, so you get your scores when you're driving, see if you're driving good or bad. Or there's your lane keep assist, and then you have your compass, and then we have a different sources for the radio, and then your regular trip. Now let's go back here, trip, then you go to see where that battery is powering up right now. So right now it says that the combustion engine is giving power to the battery, so it's charging up the battery too. There's your tire pressure, all-wheel drive, this is your torque for the all-wheel drive, and back to here. Now this is where you can set up a lot of your safety assist. So you can see that if you go to the lane keep assist, right, collision sensing, blind spot monitoring, parking sensors, rear cross traffic alert, parking sensors in the back, right, reading signs, vehicle settings, and then you have the settings for, you have to press it and hold it, as far as this instrument cluster, so you can change the language, units, meter type, vehicle settings, see if there's anything interesting, press it and hold it always. Okay, system settings, hands-free on, opening adjustments. Okay, so this is for the rear gate. It does have the hands-free system, so basically you wave your foot underneath the gate. Rear seat reminder, on, scheduled maintenance, stuff like this. So just the basic features, but a lot of it too. Okay. I was never a fan of this bezel on Toyota, and I'm still not. But you know, this one, it looks a little bit bigger than on the regular one. It looks like maybe a 9-inch screen or so. You still have the hard buttons on the side, so you have the home menu, audio, map, and then you have the seek, track, phone, apps on the other side. You can access all of that through the menu system in here. And if you hit the menu, all right, this is all touch screen. So if you want to have the full-size map, which is a decent size, I just don't like the readout on the map. I think that could be upgraded. But you can of course use the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if you connect your phone with the approved USB cable. So it is not wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. What else do we have here? So you can see there is a destination audio phone, apps projection. See if you want to project it. Please connect the compatible device via USB to use this feature. Okay, let's go back to apps. Let's see what we have here. All right, we don't have any apps right now, but you can basically download it or update it from the Toyota website. And this one is equipped with a navigation system, so it's not a subscription based in this case. A lot of Toyotas are. More customization. Right at the bottom of the screen, you can see that's a JBL, that's the stereo. And as far as the media, you can see there's an FM. Nice sound, that JBL stereo, that subwoofer that we've seen in the back. It also has some tweeters right there in the A columns right there. You can see that. So that adds for this depth of sound. That's really nice. Now, so this is basically our infotainment system. Fairly simple, self-explanatory. Let's move down. You can see the vents, of course, and then you have the hazard lights. Dual zone climate control, different for the passenger, different for the driver. Now what I do like about it, that those dials are kind of wrapped in rubber, so your hands won't slip if you try to do it, even with gloves on if you're in the climate that requires that. But it's easy to turn, and all of those important knobs are like that. So you can see the power button right here, and then the push dial, which we're going to get to as far as the drive modes. So that all has it. All right, so dual zone climate control. You have some shortcuts as far as the climate control features. At the bottom here, you can turn off your traction control, and then it says passenger airbag off. There's nobody sitting in the seat, that's why. And you say that there is a heated and ventilated seats for driver and passenger. So memory seats, heated, ventilated seats, fully loaded basically. All right, so we have the wireless charging, this tray right here. There's a little button right there. You can turn that on for wireless charging. And then we have your regular 12-volt power outlet and the USB charging system. And then you have your electronic parking brake, hold, park hold, right? So if you're driving, if you want to use that, basically all you do is you press the brake and hold it, it's gonna go into the auto hold mode. So when you take your foot off the brake, the vehicle will not roll forward even if it's in gear unless you hit the accelerator. Here's your drive mode selector and several different driving modes. So you can see, look at this, EV mode, right? So that's one of them. It's already in the EV mode. Push for a normal drive mode. Then you can see there's an eco mode and the sport mode, okay? And then there's a trail mode as well. Now, what's interesting, let's check this out here. If you put it in the sport mode, boom, it turns the speedometer red. So it makes it a little bit more aggressive. This is eco, so you can see it's green. Okay, it stays green. The EV mode, it says unavailable, hybrid battery low, and then trail mode turns it kind of like this, purple, if you will. Go back here, and then you have the shifter. Very nice, very comfortable shifter. I like this on Toyota. And then you can see, you can switch it on into the sports mode where you can actually switch the gears yourself. Go back to reverse and let's check out the rear view camera. So we have a 360 camera, and it's good that it has it. I'm just not sure about the quality of the display. Now it has everything that you need. So if they just updated this, maybe not even to 4K, but do it like 2K maybe, right? Everything is there. You can see the vehicle right here. You can see the front, you know, how far we are from an obstacle. You know, you can see the trajectory lines that are moving when I turn the steering wheel. So everything is there. It's just the quality that could be a little bit improved, and different angles for the rear view camera. So that's what we have right there. All right, moving backwards from the shifter, we have two very deep, now almost too deep. If you put a small cup of coffee, you're gonna have to kind of lift it up because it's gonna fall in there. But kind of rugged looking cup holders. And then what else do we have? You have more storage right here, pretty deep. And then you have two USB-C charger outlets over here. And let's take a quick glimpse around this interior here, because I do like the way it sits, like the multi-tier dashboard. You do have this polished aluminum trim, and then this Syntex material, light gray, you have the darker gray, you have the black, and then you have another shelf right here that's rubber lined, so if you put something in, it's not gonna float around. Now, as far as the mirror, you do have this mirror with the Homelink. It's a dimming mirror too, and this is, oh, this is that smart mirror. Check this out. So this is the camera mirror, one of my favorite features of the vehicles right now. So it has that camera mounted on top of the vehicle, so it gives you that unobstructed view of what's going on in the back. And you can turn that on, you can turn that off. It makes it the regular mirror, but this is so much better. And then of course, you know, when you turn that on, you have this old Homelink system right here, and then you have the little settings, you know, as far as the brightness and width and all that stuff. So I'm super glad it has it. Now it kind of justifies the price that we're going to talk about it later. So moving on from here, so you do have the LED lights. You can set it up for the doors, so when the doors are open, the lights are on. And then we've seen that on other Toyotas. You have this fighter jet, and this is your fire button. Kidding. This is the SOS button. They want you not to hit it by mistake because, I mean, those guys are busy enough instead of people just hitting it by mistake. So power sunroof, you have the opening for the sunroof, or if you just don't open the shade, this is how it goes. And it is a panoramic sunroof, which is very unusual in this class of vehicle. There's only a few that have it. And then we can close that up, and then the sunroof opens up. It is actually like not a fully like panoramic sunroof. It does have this brace in the middle, so it only opens up partially, but it still gives you enough air inside of here. So let's close that up. One touch, close. We're moving on to, all right, so you do have the mirrors, you do have the lights right on top of it. So if you want to fix yourself, you can do that. And same thing on the other side. All right, guys, we're done with the interior of this vehicle. Let's take it and see how it drives. We got the vehicle on, even though it says it's in the EV mode, so you can't hear anything other than the little hum of the air conditioner. But I want to talk to you about, well, now the vehicle turned on. Can you hear that? The battery went below the level, so that automatically turns on the combustion engine. But let's see what Toyota hybrids, the Rav4 hybrids, are available. So you have the LE that starts at $29,075. And they're all all-wheel drive, by the way, the hybrids are. And then you have the hybrid XLE, that's at $30,545. XLE Premium, $33,435. Hybrid SE at $31,730. XSC at $35,055. Hybrid Limited, which is this one. Now they start at $37,575. This one has a lot of upgrades. It has the upgraded tech system. It has the upgraded screen. So this is 9-inch screen. I was right when I was looking at the specs, and I go like, well, this didn't look so big at the previous one. And yes, this is bigger. This is a 9-inch screen. It does have the panoramic sunroof, JBL stereo. So this one is listed at about $44,000. That's the MSRP on this. I'll post all the equipment that's on the MSRP sticker, the Monroney sticker, in the description of this video, so you can take a look at it. But they do start at $37,575. Now, as far as the miles per gallon, it says 4138. So 38 on the highway, 41 in the city. That's about 40 miles per gallon combined, which is huge for a sport utility, especially with the gas pricing soaring right now. Before we go, let's take a look at the key really quick. So you can see the key, that Toyota Smart Key. It has Rav4 on the back, and on the front it has lock, unlock, gate, and the panic button. And that's also, you know, it has the power or smart entry system. Now this particular one also has that smart entry pad that's right in front of here. I haven't really used it at all, but I know Ford has it, Toyota has it. So let's take it on the road. We are in reverse, even though we already checked out the rear view camera. But what I want to check out really is the turning radius. And what's nice, it turns on the front camera when you start going forward, which is a nice feature, especially in the parking garages where you have some of the obstacles you might not see, some of the low poles and stuff like this. Well, turn the vehicle wheel all the way to the right. Now I'm going to make a full circle, see how tight it is. Oh wow, I gotta tell you, this is tight. Very nice and tight turning radius. Great visibility as far as the visibility outwards from this vehicle. You have this big windshield, kind of gives you this great view of the road ahead of you. And then if you turn around, because you need to check your blind spot, of course you can see that. But I have to tell you, I'm going to turn on this electronic rear view mirror because this is so cool. You see everything, whether there's people sitting behind you, whether you have tons of cargo. This is a great feature. We go through a few of the speed bumps, see how the suspension absorbs some of those. One. It's actually the combination of the tires and the suspension that's really nice. Of course you can feel it. They're speed bumps. They're made for them to be felt, but not bad at all. What I want to point out, you know, all the hybrids with Toyota, they make this droney sound, whether you're going forward or backwards, but it's especially heard when you're put in reverse. And you know, I was told that that's because people around you, especially if it's in electric mode, can't hear that you're backing out. So it's making the side to kind of warn them and alert them that, hey, there's a vehicle behind you, there's something, so look and be careful, which is a smart feature. It is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not the nicest sound, but you know, I guess safety first, so people's gotta get used to that. I'm gonna turn right here and do a quick kind of a rolling acceleration, and then we're gonna try to do another one from stop. You can definitely hear the engine. We have to tell you one thing, that if you haven't looked at the Toyota Rav4s for a while, and I haven't. I mean, I looked at one last year just briefly, and I did a review on an XLE. I looked at this one, and the sticker price at $44,000, which, now mind it, this is a fully loaded vehicle. There's barely any features that you might want to add on top of what it already has. But boy, when I was selling vehicles and I was working at the dealerships, the top of the line CRV, I believe, was about $32,000, and that was the EXL, or I think it was before Touring. That was Touring, was about $34,000. Fully loaded. So now we're fast forwarding only a few years. This is, I'm talking about 5 years ago, and we're about $10,000 more than what this used to be about 10 years ago. So everything is going up. So, but you might be in for a sticker shock. I'm gonna get up here to the turn, I'm gonna keep it going, and I'm gonna kind of brake harder than normal, just to see how this vehicle reacts for a sudden braking, see if it dips and how much it dips, because every vehicle dips. So let's go here. Now I'm gonna hit the brakes. Right, so you have a little bit of a dip, nothing too crazy. Now I'm gonna look at this real life 360 turnaround. Fortunately, cars keep on coming. There's a vehicle behind me, so I might not be able to do the stop and go acceleration, but we're gonna slow down quite a bit and then gun it. So from rolling to 60, there you go. Not bad at all. I mean, the combined horsepower of 219 really gets this vehicle going. It's definitely quick. I mean, I gotta tell you, it's I believe it's faster than the Honda CRV. At least it feels like that. I'd have to look at the numbers to see what the tests were done at, but definitely feels quicker than the hybrid CRV. I like this vehicle. I think they went definitely a long way, but just like with all the Toyotas that I did, with the exception of the new Tundra, I think the tech needs to be outdated. The good news is that they already have the technology. As you can see on the Tundra, it is awesome. So hopefully they're going to start putting that system in all the new Toyotas as they're coming out with the new models. It's definitely a strong competitor in the segment. Just past that new Kia Sportage that I did not too long ago. That's also a great vehicle. But if you are looking for the reliability of the Toyota, for the dependability of the Toyota, there's Toyotas that go 1 million miles plus, and people are proud to own them. So a great vehicle, definitely check it out. Guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, check out the rest of my channel. Consider subscribing, hit that little button at the bottom off here. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of the videos that are coming out. If you're anywhere in Florida and you are looking for a Toyota Rav4 Hybrid Limited, as the time of this filming, Gettle Toyota of Charlotte County has it. So check those guys out. Thank you again, and I'll see you in another video. Cheers.